Hey guys, and welcome back to my inconsistent channel. It was consistent for 2 months with one video every day and 2 a day on weekends, but then I decided to take a break, and it's been almost 2 weeks for my schedule to get back into place. I have 2 fanfictions done already, this one and another one, so those will both come out today, and I'm starting my writing on the ones for tomorrow, and after that, I'm traveling on Monday, so I'm traveling on Monday, so maybe there won't be a video on Monday, but hopefully if I get to it in time, I will have a video on Monday. I'm gonna spend the next hour or so doing some writing, so that should be good. My tests, summatives, and whatever for my grades are pretty much done. There's still a couple left. Like there's one in PE. There is, what else is there? There's definitely one in PE. We're gonna watch a movie in that. For English, we're gonna do that. There's a couple left. I don't know. There's one left in science. No, wait, is there? There's criterion A in science. Okay, whatever. I have a couple left, but there's not many. We've done most of them. So I'm gonna try and start uploading it again. Backstory of this picture. My grandparents own this farm camp thing in Pakistan. Basically, yeah, it happens in the winter. This is a beautiful track with a pretty rose because my grandma loves flowers and roses and all types of different plants and birds and that type of stuff. So yeah, there was just this pretty rose and I decided to take a nice picture. Anyways, let's get on to the story today. Realization Part 6. Marinette was in a difficult position. Her boyfriend was on the floor by her feet. Kai was too angry to be set free. There were more Akumas than she had ever seen. The civilians were only getting more scared and more Akumas were forming. She was reluctant to use the lion's roar, especially after she learned what happened to Atlantis. Yeah, she did not want that to happen to Paris. Although Atlantis was an island, Paris is bigger and more stable. She was in a bad place. Mentally, she was arguing with both herself and Kai. He was just butting in. She looked over to her side where her boyfriend was. She looked over at her boyfriend who was struggling to get up again. She went to her boyfriend's side. Should I use it? Should I use my power? She asked. He looked around. He was on the ground, his girlfriend kneeling next to him. Do what you think works, he said. She stood up in front of the army, an army led by creation. I used to be scared of you, but now I have my own team, creation laughed. The sun had come up and she was clearly visible to all of Paris. Her eyes glowed. She and Kai finally bonded. Her pupils were gold and her irises were blue. She told her big cat of a boyfriend to cover his ears. Hawkmoth, stand down or else your army falls, she said, taking her claws out. That got people's attention. All the villains spoke simultaneously, not with their own voices, but with Hawkmoth. Sure, kid, you are strong, but not that strong, he said. Don't say I didn't warn you. She changed her stance. She put one foot in front of the others. She crouched a little. She told Cat to cover his ears. He was close and, like her, had sensitive ears. Lions roar, she growled. The noise shook the city. Everyone covered their ears. The clouds seemed to shift into the past lionesses. The Akumas fell. The moths left their bodies and incinerated with the pure strength of her voice. They de-transformed. Cat was behind her, but the sound wave coming off her pushed him a few feet back. She opened her eyes and saw the damage caused. She had taken out the army. She had broken much glass. Her boyfriend was further behind. Her body was weaker. She became a bit shaky. The class watched in awe at the newest hero. Her boyfriend rushed up to her as he saw her legs tremble. The aftershock of the roar was enough of an opportunity for him to recover. He let her lean the weight on him. With that, Hawkmoth was even more scared. Creation was the only Akuma to still be a villain. She ran away as soon as she could. The crowd cheered for her, for La Lioness. Chat picked her up, much to her disapproval. She did not like feeling weak. Not one bit. He didn't care. He wanted to give her as much support as possible. She just used a power stronger than his. She just saved him. She took out an army by herself. Where are you, Ladybug? When are you coming back? Why haven't you come back? Are you even alive? Okay, we're gonna leave it there. The next video coming out today is Guardian Angel 5. The videos coming out tomorrow are War 3 and Found 9 because you guys have really been wanting that. After that, I'm not sure, probably Guardian Angel 6. And then the next day something else, and it'll keep going like that. Okay, this picture is at the same place, but it is at a completely different part of the camp. The first picture was near the track of a rose. This was taken from the roof of the just land right next to the camp. Don't get me wrong, the camp isn't just like a bunch of green and whatever. It does have a really nice house with it that is really pretty, and it has a nice bedroom and an office area, and nice kitchen and blah 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 and whatever, and a couple bedrooms, and a lecture hall for students when they come, and blah blah blah. So there's a nice house with it, but I am the type of person who prefers nature to like furniture and luxury and whatever. Like, I'd rather take a picture of a pretty flower than a cool crystal on the ground. Like, if I went into my grandma's house and I saw pretty vase that looked like it was expensive, I'd rather take a picture of the flowers than the vase. Does that even make sense? I hope it makes sense. Anyways, question of the day. Why don't we do that? What video? Oh, nah, that's a boring question, isn't it? You don't know what the question are. Basically, what I'm doing right now is delaying asking the question, because I'm Googling questions right now, and that is why I keep pausing, you see, because, okay, I found one. What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done? Now, for me, basically, I don't have an answer, but I'd probably say moving schools. Like, it was just one of those things where I saw this school and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna move. And I asked my parents and they said yes. Now, that decision was pretty fast, but afterwards there was a lot of thinking and obviously the process of moving schools and whatever. But the actual decision was fairly fast. It was like, I think that's probably the most spontaneous thing I've ever done, because I'm not a very spontaneous person. And there's not many spontaneous things to do for me because, like, quarantine and all, and I'm still only 12 and I haven't been doing much. So probably moving schools. But I look forward to you guys' answers as always. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in a couple of hours.